Is kind of an eventful day. Just thinking about the broad market here, we are seeing a little bit of volatility on a couple of these wicks here as the market kind of gets ready for FOMC tomorrow, which again, tomorrow is going to be a very interesting day to hear the questions that Powell is going to get, to hear the overall tone of the Fed, so we can get a better understanding of kind of how the Fed views the overall economic system right now and what they kind of expect to see moving forward. Now we have AMD ripping up this morning. We have SoFi making absolutely epic moves. Guys, again, SoFi was very, very extended going into their earnings here, but absolutely knocked it out of the park and is trading much higher. Congratulations to everybody that was listening a little over a year ago to what we were talking about on some of these streams. SoFi at 655. Congratulations. We are almost up 4x in a year on this name. Really, really awesome. Or recently when I gave you guys the weekly breakout at 1360. So remember, guys, I do these streams for you guys every single day at 10:30. Fridays we're live publicly at 9:15. That's big public live day. Tomorrow, not going to be doing these 10:30 streams just because we have FOMC later in the day. So I'll be live a little bit later in the afternoon for you guys on this channel here. But team, it is that time of day again. Say good morning to somebody in the live chat. If you guys would like to say good morning to me, would love to receive some good mornings over here. If you guys are new to the group, new to the stream, would love to welcome you guys in here. It's going to be very fun. I mean, you guys have seen our performance over the last few weeks here. The last couple of days have been a little slow, but that's fine. That LTMP, the less trades, more profits methodology, you guys are going to come to learn, as you've probably seen many, many times over the last few weeks, is the correct way to be operating in the market. And as always, guys, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. It costs you absolutely nothing to do it. Helps me out a whole lot, spreading these streams out to some more people here. Again, we have that 100, or it's not 150. You guys hit that on Friday, a 200 like goal on the stream. Let's see if we can hit that today. I don't know. We'll see. Tomorrow we might, but Friday public live day, we might be able to as well. So, SoFi over here. You guys in LTMP know that what we're looking for on this one. If we can get that post earnings confirmation here, we could have a lot of fun with this one over the next 2 weeks. Other than that, let's actually kind of go through. This is actually a really good example of a lot of the things that I talk about with you guys in the group, where it's like, one, the outcome of every individual trade to me is pretty meaningless, mainly because every single stock that I outline in terms of the setups have the ability to run multi-hundred and multi-thousands of percent, as you guys have seen play out many, many, many times there, especially over the last 2 weeks with that 3,600% D-Nut trade last week, the over 6,000, I think it was 6,300% that you guys were able to nail on Kohl's, the American Eagle trade. I mean, we're going to keep doing this. I don't know how many more times you guys need to see me call out the most disgusting trades in the market, but I'm going to keep doing it for LTMP. So, Home Depot's a good example here. We got this breakout yesterday at around, what was that, 377.90, 377.80. Saw a really nice start on this one, but as the market started to fade to the downside, I ended up taking off this position, making a little bit of money on it, and being done. And that is kind of the beauty of what we do, is that we are always going to be entering at the exact first spot where the stock could start to make a very, very massive move. So we're typically going to see the stocks continue through our levels of interest, which is going to give us a nice little buffer. And then once the stock starts to fade, if it ends up doing that, we can just get out of the position for either break even or a small gain, which is always nice. And again, even if you were to let it have a little bit more room to breathe, the losses on these trades, guys, are so small. Like if I'm going to take a loss that's like 5, 10, 15% on one of these trades, but every single one that wins, they happen a lot, are going to be multi-hundred and multi-thousands of percent, I'm always fine with taking the trades. Unless we have kind of a broad market that's telling us you might want to relax a little bit, which today is kind of one of those days with FOMC tomorrow. Again, you got to be a little bit careful. But let's see later. Oh, you guys are crushing the like button. Let's see who we have in here. Then let's kind of go through some things. I have an interesting kind of thesis that I want to go through with everybody here. We're going to talk about it a little bit more in a YouTube video today as well. But the dollar is doing something interesting, and so is ES along with it, which I want to talk about. So let's see. We have Romeo, Eddie, Rogue, Gene. We got Daly, Taylor, Michael, Craig, Garrett, Rohan, Taylor, C. Rich, Gabriel, One of One, Jerry, Striker. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, SoFi ripping. You guys know the deal, though. I mean, I gave you probably 2 of the best entries on SoFi that you guys could possibly ever have. 655 last year. It was relatively close to those lows that we were seeing midway through the year. And then also recently on this weekly breakout, which I wanted to show you guys. So again, Make sure you guys have notifications turned on for the YouTube channel. This was the breakout that we were talking about in here, right around 1360. Yeah, 1360 was that breakout area. So I know we've talked a lot over the past couple of weeks here too about chasing stocks that are elevated at these levels here. And I do not want, and this is where it gets very dangerous in the market for new traders, for inexperienced investors, that they're going to see situations like this and then still think that it's okay to just long stocks ahead of earnings that are up, let's say, I don't know, 67% in about a month and a half, 2 months. That is still not a smart decision. The smart decision would have been to, I mean, again, if I like it at 1360, I'm going to like it a lot less at 21, right? So it's like, it's still the same thing. Over time, if you're going to be chasing stocks that are up that much in a short period of time, it's still a negative expected value thing to do. With SoFi, though, we've been in this thing for so long. And when I do see those good entry points, obviously I'm going to tell you guys. So again, let's see. Wow, we're almost at 50 likes already. Wow, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Again, make sure you guys have notifications turned on for the YouTube channel. If you guys do enjoy these streams, let me know. I like doing them with you guys. These are fun. I like going through all this stuff with you guys. It's always a good time. Alex, what's up, man? How you doing? Let's see. You think YouTube chats are having issues, Eddie? I don't think so. I see it. It looks fine. I mean, I'm always looking at Discord and YouTube with you guys. So it's the same deal. Also, for those of you guys that are day trading and using prop firms, again, Apex is having that 90% off sale. So again, you can get up to $6 million in funding with them, which is pretty cool. If you guys want to use code VIX, go for it. This is, if you guys need more Apex accounts, this is the time. The 90% off sales are the times to like stack up those accounts. AMD 181. Wow. 181 on AMD, guys. This is very close, even after all the selling that I did last year, to be reclaiming the spot in my accounts as my number one holding. So Facebook still got it beat by a little bit. Like, it's really close right now. JP Morgan Chase needs a deal to take over Apple's credit card program. Interesting. What do you think will be good for market? Francisco, can you type that again? Can you rephrase that one, buddy? But let's start talking about the dollar here, because I think this is interesting and things that everybody is going to need to know. Remember, what you're looking at in the dollar index right now is tracking the flow of money globally. Dollar weakness versus the basket of about 6 other currencies here is showing that there has been more demand for foreign currencies, foreign assets, than there has been U.S. assets thus far this year. You are now starting to see this trend start to shift. And the one thing that you could end up starting to see with the dollar and with equities is this. You see overnight buying in the indexes and in the futures market, and then this is foreign investors coming in and doing this, potentially. And then during the day, U.S. equity investors are selling. So it's rotating. If we start to see that being a trend, there are a couple of interesting like trades that you can take off of it, especially if the dollar maintains its strength. Like, you could short EEM. I wouldn't. This is like macro driven stuff. Like, how does EEM look today? It's flat, but it could easily start to roll over here. This is the emerging index fund. Or like, what about Korea, South Korea? That's an interesting looking setup. So this is going to be the other thing that I'm going to start to watch for with this thesis with global, the flow of money globally. If you start to see these ETFs here, like this is 3 times levered, but like Koru, MEXX is another one. That's starting to move down. That's interesting. If you start to see all of those foreign markets and in the emerging markets funds start to show weakness and U.S. equity markets are flat, that's going to be that big flashing green light that, and the dollar is still strong. That's going to be the big flashing green light that foreign money is flying back into the U.S. markets and leaving the domestic markets. They're patriating, let's say. So let's see what we get. Again, SoFi hasn't qualified for us just yet. We still have some time left today where this could qualify for us for a post-earnings move. IPO, I don't buy IPOs. Basically what you're doing when you're buying an IPO is you're being exit liquidity for private investors, which I don't like doing. A lot of the time with IPO, there's a way to trade the IPO. But I don't think it's really a smart thing to be doing all the time. You're just exit liquidity for large banking institutions. That's what you are. That's like the definition of it. So I'm not the biggest fan of buying at IPOs. A lot of the time you see really big moves up. It's shark fins on the chart. That basically means the chart looks like a giant shark fin. And then you're left holding the bag. I'd rather wait. Like Bull is a great example. I think this was a SPAC or something. Like this was a really good example of like you saw a massive move to the upside here. Kind of came out of nowhere, and then I gave this name to everybody for a short-term trade right around, what was it, 1170 something, 1174. Really, really nice movement out of this one. So it's always going to be smarter to wait for these bases to form than it is to just go chase the IPOs. That's just the way I view it. Some people like IPOs. I'm just not the biggest fan of them. Cutting rates, will it be good for the market? It depends. AMD 182. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. This is, you guys know, I own this stock at $11.39. It's at 182. Ripper, man. I think I would say that it's possible that cutting rates will move the markets up because it increases the ability for capital to flow around the system. But what I would also say is that it's not the only factor, and we've already been given kind of the flashing signal from this administration that they're going to run it hot. Francisco. So like we know that rates are going to come down eventually. You might see a little bit of volatility in the bond market depending on how the guidance comes out with what the Fed says when they cut rates and where the bond market is pricing for things to move forward. But in general, I would say with all of this like investment coming back into the US in the let's say the private sector, I think they're just going to run it hot anyway. Let's see, Novo now 20%. Yeah, I know, not good. Not ideal there on Novo. Do I like BABA over 123.80? Let's see. I would probably say no, you have earnings coming up. If you want to try and make something free for earnings, well, it's like 124 basically is what it is. PDD I think is the one that I like a little bit better if this thing can form a nice little setup for us. That's the one I like the most. Out of all the China names so far. Nio is actually technically setting up here too. But yeah, I know some of you guys were in the LTMP group. We were talking about AMD a lot. You guys were able to nail that 100. I saw Miguel 123% on AMD. Guys, there you go. I mean, if you guys aren't in LTMP with us yet, I don't know what to tell you at this point. I mean, I'll throw the link to it in the live chat for you guys. I mean, you guys have seen the results over the last couple of weeks and months here. It's $1 a day to hop in. Prices are going to be going up significantly in September, but not for those of you guys that jump in before. You're going to get locked in at the lower rate. So if you're interested in really learning how to take full control of everything the market has to offer, which again, every single stock that I outlined has the ability to give you a multi-100% or sometimes, like you guys saw last week, multi-1,000% trade. I don't know. There is no better way to operate in the market. There just isn't. And we prove that every week. If it goes about 50, you're going to buy a little. Yeah, I'm waiting for it. There's nothing to do on it right now. Should you get out of Novo? I'm not. I still think it's really undervalued. It's off of them cutting their guidance. I'm not touching it right now. I still like it. It's like a 5-10 year thesis. I'm not touching it right now. I'm not buying it. I'm not selling it right now. When you see the big shocks happening in the market, the same thing happened with UNH. Everybody's trying to do something with it. The smart choice is actually to, like, the actual trade on Novo right now is to sell puts on it. That's what it is. Like, you sell 45s like a month out or something. Like, I could look at it right now and see what the cranked up IV is on it, and, like, we actually probably have a good trade on it. I actually didn't even think about that. Like, what about September's or something? Ooh, that's actually interesting. No, they're not great. Oh, the 50s aren't. Let me see. You collect. Yeah, that's not great, actually. The IV hasn't juiced up enough, so no. I take that back. The smart decision is still not to do anything on Novo. I want to see what that new CEO has in store, too. So, and again, I still want more of it. Like, having that drop to these levels here, if it can base a little bit, I will hammer some more of that. Within reason, obviously, but at some point, I will buy more of that thing. Is today the day for it, though? No. No. It's like the same thing that a lot of people do. They'll look at like crazy things happening in the market and think that just because something crazy is happening, that it means that they need to be enticed to take an action. And that's the exact opposite is actually the truth. You should not be taking action on craziness like that. Market's just bleeding out here though. So let's see, where's SoFi? Is SoFi holding on here above 24? Yeah, I mean, this is going to take a little bit. They really ripped this thing up at open. And like I said before to you guys on the private stream this morning, it was a little aggressive being all the way up there. But I still think that this one has the potential to be a good post-earnings candidate. But if it doesn't happen today, we don't touch it. AEO tap previous day highs. I don't think I care. Oh no, yeah, that looks good. I want to give this a little bit of time here to let the 10 catch up. But AEO, remember, out of all of the crazy names and the crazy moves that I gave you guys last week, AEO is the one that can actually make a sustained move. I would just like the EMA to catch up a little bit more. Just a little bit more, you know? It's a little extended here. But this was an epic one. I mean, I gave this one out for free on everywhere. If you guys didn't take advantage of that, I just saw a lot of you guys using the gains that you made off of Krispy Kreme and AEO last week to hop into the LTMP group. Smart decision. Very smart decision. And it's good because this week you have a little bit of a breather to come in and learn because it's like an FOMC week. We're focused on post-earnings. And you've got the trade deadline, I believe, Friday. So this is like the perfect week to hop in and get ready for what's to come because it's looking like it's going to be we have a lot of potential setups across the board. What are yields doing? I believe the 10-year was starting to nuke its way lower today, which I like. Yep, big fan of that. That's another sign that foreign investors are coming back in. But again, it's just one day. You got to see this thing clearly move down below that 200 EMA. But we got job openings. That's probably why the market's selling a little here. Yeah, we are a quarter of the way there already, guys, to hitting 200 likes on the stream today. Thank you, guys. That is the like goal. We went over this yesterday. It's going to go 200, 250, 500, and then 1,000 for ankles. So what do I think of Reddit? I actually love the setup, but it has earnings coming up too close. I don't love the setup anymore. I liked it a few days ago. But again, guys, just when you guys are looking at tickers, just look, please just look for the big E. I really would prefer not to be a broken record and being like, oh, it looks good, but earnings. Oh, it looks good, but earnings. Like you could just see it right here. E. If it says E and it looks close, E stands for stay the hell away. That's what E means. A is for... well, let's see. AMD looking good. Market's just bleeding out here. When the market's doing this, guys, it just wants to leak like that. You're flat on the day. Did I get an ace on? No, I didn't. The chain looked bad, and like I told you guys this morning, I don't really feel the need to do anything pre-FOMC. You guys have seen the performance that I've had. Even in the last month, I'm up over 100%. With all these trades in the last 3 months, it's well over 200%. When I have these big solid stretches of performance like this, I get more picky. So I look for reasons, guys, to not take a trade versus taking a trade. Even if the setup looks good, I'm trying to find reasons to keep my capital on the sidelines. If I can't form a good argument, I take the trade. I'm very picky. I'm also very picky when I'm in the trades too. Like HD, once we saw that moving down yesterday, I was like, just no. I don't get married to them. Like if they're not going to follow through, I'll take the money and run. Like, I don't know. I think I ended up making, I don't know, $1,400 yesterday or something on HD, $1,200, something like that. That's like break even. I don't care. We're not looking for that. Like, But I'm never getting married to, even though this was such an amazing setup, it was looking great. If the action intraday is going to tell me, all right, it probably isn't actually ready to get moving significantly to the upside, I just cut it. Because we have all seen the moves that play out for us perfectly enough times to be like, what do those look like? They rip, they follow through, they hit our levels, we're able to make them free. It's like, if we're going to see any drama on the chart, I just avoid it. No drama. No thanks. So, I mean, technically, you could look at what I did yesterday and be like, ooh, that was awesome. But, like, it's like, it's basically break even. I think the contracts are up. I don't know. And I was trading small with those, yes. Like, I was not trying to go crazy because it was an FOMC week anyway. We have a lot of earnings. We have the trade deadline. It's like, just relax. The other thing that's interesting, though, and this is going to be funny. You guys are going to see this again. It's like whenever I go out and just, like, show everybody the epic trades, it's like everybody that just then wants to hop into LTMP. It's like, no, you got to be in before so you know what you're doing. Like I said last week, is one of the weeks that will make your entire year. And the main reason why so many people are struggling in the market is they haven't taken the time to prepare for when those weeks happen. They just haven't taken the time to prepare. They're just chasing. And they do it in all aspects of the market too. They're chasing stuff around. But no, I didn't. I looked at the chain quick and I was like, if the chain's good, maybe I'll do something. And it was just horrible. And I was like, nah. Made sense more for a shares trade, but. Yeah, market's leaking out here. I like the China names. I think we could get some action out of China. The last time that we started really hunting the China names, I think was, or one of the last times, that was the big 900% gap up for Pinduoduo. That was really epic for us. That was really fun. It's like you guys just got to shift the way you look at the market just a little bit, and you guys are going to be able to come in and have all the success in the world. It really honestly is just you admitting that you want to have success in the market. It's up to you. It is your choice. If you decide that you want to have success in the market, you will. Without having to sign up again. John, I replied to your comment. That's a slight issue that WAP's been having. I would send WAP's support a message, and they should be able to help you out with that. But what you also could do that'll probably just bypass that is that if you can go into your settings on WAP and connect your Discord account to your WAP account, you should automatically get put in. I don't know why WAP is doing that. I've heard that from a couple of people that are signing up. But if you can go into like your profile and just connect your Discord account to your WAP account, it'll automatically let you into the Discord. That goes for all of you guys. When you guys hop in, use code July, hop into the group for $1 a day. Just make sure your Discord account is connected, and it'll automatically let you right in. Adobe's holding? Is it now? Yeah, all right. I mean, I'd be all right with this. This is going to be one that we probably look for post FOMC, but yeah, this is still valid in my mind here. Adobe will still be valid here, and this could be a really big one. The only thing I don't like about this is that you are still very clearly in this downtrend. You haven't shifted it. So like if we were consolidating up at like 386, I'd be a lot more interested in this because you're already showing the signs that the buyers want to shift this downtrend. Now, it's very possible that this move up through that shifts the downtrend is incredibly aggressive, and this is like a massive multi-hundred and multi-thousand% trade, which is the norm of what the trades that we have. But I'd be a little careful. Just a little careful. But it is moving right now. Now it's starting to move. So Adobe would probably be one that I would be very interested in. If you really wanted to front run it, you technically have the breakout right here, like right at this area, but I'm not. I'm waiting for the clear range to form, especially pre-FOMC. Yeah, you guys all have that link. You guys every single one of you guys could have been in there with us last week, nailing those multi-thousand percenters on DNUT, AEO, Coles. And I'm going to do it again for everybody. It's going to happen. I told you guys the prior week, I was like, there's going to be a time where I come on and I'm just going to show you the most disgusting trades in the market again. Everybody that hops in, they're always like, I can't believe I wasn't doing this sooner. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I can show you guys all the epic trades. But like I say, it's up to you at the end of the day if you actually want to have success in the market or not. Market's just leaking here. If this continues, there's not going to be anything really to do. Adobe, though, holding on like this while the market is knifing is a very, very good sign. Like, incredibly good sign. Nio is not looking good. It did the LI stuff. So, Nio looks fine, man. It's just still in the range. You're still above the 10. It looks fine. This looks good, though. TTD. This is, no, I don't, there's nothing on this. That's a lot of the time, too. I think people look at charts or they'll start with like, I want to trade this ticker. How does the chart look? Then chart it. It's like, no. It's the exact opposite. I'm looking for a very specific setup and then stocks that have charts that meet that criteria, not the other way around. I'm not trying to force like something onto a chart. Like if I were to look at this right now, I would say that this is probably going to come back down to the daily 10, chop around at the 200, and then we can see what happens from there. But now you have earnings coming up next Thursday. This is one that you would leave alone anyway. This is not one that I am thinking about at all in the short term. Right? Keeping it simple. Yeah, a lot of people too, they always think like, oh, I don't have time. I can't do it. Dude, almost everybody in the group just works. They maybe have the stream on in the background. They're waiting for the alerts. They execute because they know they've gone through the curriculum. It's very simple. They know exactly like when and why to enter a trade, how to manage it when they're in it, when and why to exit, and they're good to go from there. It's very, very simple. But no, Nio looks fine. Nio's always going to have the potential to have some pretty significant short-term volatility, but the name of the game with Nio is if they're actually able to hit those profitability goals that they've outlined for shareholders for many years. If they can, great. It's going to get re-rated a lot higher. If not, it's going to chop around these levels, and that's going to be it. FI, let's look. I think that's like Fiserv. Yeah, what's this look like? Nope, this looks like garbage. This is a massive gap down on earnings. It is now consolidating. This is not something that you would want to go near. This chart is in no man's land. This does not look good. It would not be one that I would want to go near at all. Well, I'm at work right now. He's not lying. See, like everybody's like, no, I can't. It's like, no, you can. You definitely can. So, but welcome everybody to the stream too. Again, we're gonna be growing these streams here. You guys liking the stream a bunch does help a ton, so thank you guys for doing that. That's why we have that 200 like goal on the streams now. If we hit that, that would be absolutely awesome. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it today or tomorrow with FOMC, but this Friday we might. Adobe's looking pretty filthy here, so we'll see. If I was feeling gambly, I would take it over yesterday's high, but I'm not. What's the point? We got FOMC tomorrow. We've got great setups that are forming. Our performance over the last 3 months, this has just been record breaking. It's like, okay. Quality over quantity. Hey, John, I've replied to your message in the comment section. I went through this on the stream with you, so scroll back a few minutes. Now that you're asking again, I'm not going to go through the same thing again because now we're taking time from the streams. I've let you know 2 times about how to fix this and how to resolve it. So now we're just wasting time on the stream. So I've replied to your comment on the YouTube stream, and I also went through it on the stream here. So scroll back. You missed it? It's fine. You're remodeling a house right now? Nice. Working every day, every weekday, SB helps it go by faster. Oh, thanks, guys. Appreciate that. But yeah, John. All right, just because I'm feeling nice today, just reach out to WAP support. There's 2 things. Reach out to WAP support if it's a problem. But the main thing that you can do is just go into your actual settings in your account and just connect your Discord account to it. And once you do that, you should get automatically let in. Because it's happened a few times. But like, guys, please don't ask me the same question over and over. Adobe looks really good. Eddie, there he is. I like what yields are doing. I like where Adobe is. I wouldn't go crazy with it, but after FOMC, I think we're going to be in a good spot for more bread and butter setups. Let's see. Yeah, that Apex 90% off sale too. Make sure you guys take advantage of that. Looks like it lets you right now. Yeah, you're good, Eddie. Yeah, also, any other tickers that you guys want me to take a look at, if you have questions on investing, trading, anything, just let me know. That's why I do these streams for you guys. There's so much nonsense out there in the finance space on social media. It's like, I want to make sure you guys actually have a place to go to like ask your questions. Sometimes if it's like, hi STV, love your work. Here's this stock with no revenue that's up 500% in a month. Where should I buy? I mean, we're gonna do a nice little learning lesson, but in general, those are important questions too, because it's helping change the I'm trying to help change the way that you guys think about the market. Oscar, what's it doing? You got earnings coming up. I mean, I'll tell you when this one makes sense again, but like I'm not really all that bullish on the insurance space. I'm not really one that wants to go for these. It's not in a great spot. This chart looks like it wants lower. Earnings could definitely move this around a bunch though. You know, like that. This one could go either way on earnings, which again is kind of a lot of them too. Like a lot of these can go either way. U.S. July consumer confidence at 97.2 versus the estimate of 96. That is positive. That is why the market's bouncing a little here. Ryan, we're not talking about Mullen. No more Mullen nonsense. Adobe's looking good though. Adobe looks interesting here. So yeah, this is now still valid for us. It could definitely be a fun one. So keep an eye on this one. This one, the China names, we've got a lot of potential epic setups. But also, again, for those of you guys that like aren't in there with us, that haven't had the opportunity yet to go through and watch the learning curriculum videos, like I want you to like look at some of the things that we do on stream as just like an example. Don't like, because the main thing and the reason why everybody's able to have so much success is that they understand, like I said before, the exact reasons when and why they're entering, how they're going to manage the trade when they're in it, and exactly where and why they're going to be exiting. That's the most important part about the market. Lulu's dead? Is it getting killed still? Oh, this thing's nasty. Remember the Lulu short down in here? That was filthy too. That was a really dirty one. Yeah, when the market's moving down, guys, all you do, what is it? Option I, flip the chart upside down. A lot of you guys that are used to seeing the upside setups, if you flip the chart upside down, it's gonna be very obvious to you where the downside setups are. But this market where it is right now is not set up for those to play out. It'd be like me saying, if the market was knifing, are we really gonna go for some of those upside setups? I mean, maybe, but like, it would not be the smartest decision for us to be doing that. Where is SoFi? Is this getting close? No. So again, there's gonna be days, guys, where we have these potential post-earnings moves, and they just don't trigger, and that's fine. Nothing gained, nothing lost. Interesting. Yeah, again, we got some slackers on the like button today. Let's see. Guys, remember, we have a 200 like goal on the stream. If you guys do enjoy these streams, make sure you guys hit that like button. It does make it easier for you guys to find these streams too, especially if you haven't yet turned notifications on for the channel. I'm going to do my very best to get a YouTube video out for you guys today. I've been slacking a little bit with YouTube videos. Yesterday, I was just so tired, man. I couldn't do it. Today, though, I should be able to. I do have a meeting, but I should be able to get you one. Because we have a lot to talk about. I want to talk about this dollar thesis in a YouTube video so it's out there and I don't have to be like, go look and find it in an hour and a half long stream, you know? What else do we got? Where's AMD? Where's my baby? How are we looking? We still at 181, 180? No. Never gonna financially recover from this. Just kidding. I love this stock. It's so wild. Like, this thing has had such volatile swings over the years, but like, it would usually in times in the past, like this move and everything, like I've been fine with just holding AMD. The problem last year is that it was getting so wildly overweight in my portfolio. I was like, guys, I have to do something with this. I can't just let it sit there. Like, I can't, like, I think I was up, at one point, I think I was up 2,000% on AMD shares. I was like, I'm definitely going to be selling covered calls and I'm going to trim a little bit of the position. But SoFi has been amazing for us. So again, 655. Nio's now back into the green. So the only thing that I've given out over the last 2 years to you guys that's in the red is Nova. Where's Philip Morris? Because this one, I think I would, so we've had a lot of interesting spots in the past where I've said you probably want to be trimming this one. I gave this to everybody at 95. It hit, you had a lot of dividend payments here too. You ran up into the 180s. The main thesis for this though, think about, this is actually a really good example of being thesis driven, guys. Really good example. If you think back to the Philip Morris thesis, a lot of it had to do with Zyn shipments and the absolutely exponential growth that was happening. And what did you see in the most recent Philip Morris earnings report? Zyn growth was actually lower, or the actual, I forget what it actually was, but it was a decline in shipments. And that has not happened in like the last couple years. So that is a little bit of a thesis breaker. I think we talked about that, but this thing had been an absolute monster. So I can show you guys, this is where I outlined it for you, 95, 96. That's where you guys got the research report last April. Pays a decent dividend, or it did pay a decent dividend. I mean, it still does, 3.5% there. That's the indicated yield. That's pretty decent. So the total return on this one was, I believe, over 100% too in a year. But that is an example of being thesis driven. It's like we have a good spot on the chart, we have a good thesis. Until the thesis starts to get invalidated, then you can make a decision with it. The Novo one is still interesting to me because the thesis for me is really, I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense for the stock to continuously trade at below 2022 levels when you still have revenues a lot higher than where it was at pre-big Ozempic and Wegovy run-up. Now, the problem, again, is because you can't look at these from like one perspective, is those revenues, like they came out with today, could start to move lower and the growth could start to slow down, which markets are not going to like because markets are forward-looking. Then you tie that in with like healthcare not having that much fun either this year, and those are going to be the ones that can easily sell off, which is what we're seeing. It doesn't mean that it can't have success over the next 5 to 10 years, though, especially with like oral GLP-1s. Those are still coming in the pipeline. There's a lot of good things that could happen with that one. So that's why I'm not doing anything with it today. I don't really see any need to do it. I mean, I own it at what, 62.50 something? What's it at? 50 something? 51, 54, 55, something like that? 53? Yeah. I'd like to see it reclaim this area, 61, because I don't want to see a break and retest. That would be bad. You know, that's an example. Those are both examples of being thesis driven. Philip Morris is a little bit of a better one because you can see an entire thesis play out. Yeah, I don't think SoFi is going to do it for us. But think about it like this too. Like, it does sometimes with earnings season and post earnings, it feels like it's slow, but then all of a sudden you hit like 3 in a row. They just go boom, 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 and you just can nail them. Like what happened in like the end of last earnings season with Dollar General, Zscaler, and Oracle. It was like 750%. Then right after that, it was 850%. And then Oracle, the big one, which ran up to 1,500%. And then I ended up selling the rest of the position for 1,200%. So that was good. But today after close, we have Visa, Mara, Starbucks, Booking, Cheesecake Factory, Caesars. I don't think Caesars is going to do very well. And then before open on Wednesday, you have Altria. Actually, Altria could. Okay, so we've done post earnings on Altria in the past. We've also done it on Philip Morris, but Altria is in an interesting spot because if Zyn shipments are down, Altria, I believe, owns On. So if they're taking market share away from Philip Morris and Zyn, because Philip Morris owns Swedish Match, who owns Zyn, then you might see the potential for Altria to kind of get some of that market share away from Philip Morris and then get a little bit of a re-rate higher. It's possible. Doesn't mean that you buy it before. It's just, me speculating about earnings. What else do we have tomorrow morning? Etsy, Hershey's, those could both be fun. But then after Wednesday after close going into the end of the week is when things really start to heat up. You have Wednesday after close, you have Facebook, Microsoft, Robinhood, APLD, Carvana, Qualcomm, Ford, and ARM. So again, once we get through FOMC, we could wake up on Thursday and just have like 5 potential post earnings or nothing, but it's possible that we have a bunch of potential post earnings candidates in the morning on Thursday during the private stream with the LTMP group. Gets fun. And we also, before Thursday, you have CVS, Roblox, AbbVie, NCLH, CCJ, Cigna, which I don't think is going to do very well, and then MasterCard. After close Thursday, Apple could be fun. Apple, Amazon, MicroStrategy, Coinbase, Reddit, Riot, ENVX, Cloudflare, Roku. Like, dude, this is a really, really big week for earnings. So we'll see. That's why I'm saying, like, we have a lot of interesting things going on this week. We have FOMC. We have the trade deadline. You got to be careful around those events. But lots of post earnings. That's going to be our main focus. As in On Semiconductor? No. On is another like Zyn. Yeah. Whoa. Actually, guys, we have a shot. I mean, I think we're definitely going to hit that 100 like threshold today. So shout out to you guys that are liking the streams. You guys are the best. You guys help out a whole lot. 200 is the goal. 200 is the goal. I don't know if these streams have been growing, though. It's been fun with you guys. I like doing these, showing you guys what's possible in the market. And also, like, what, like, doing this all the time actually requires. I say this a lot, like, your performance in the market is directly correlated with your ability to sit there and do nothing. Cash is a position. I would much rather save my capital to be able to deploy it to high quality setups and screw around like an amateur and give back some of the gains, so then I have less capital to deploy at the actual epic setups, which are inevitably going to form. It seems logical to me. It's kind of a lot of the market, though. It's just very logical. It's like, okay, does this actually make sense to do? Do you think that if you were to see this scenario 100 times in a row, that the outcome that you think or you want to happen is going to happen? If the answer logically is no, then you don't do it. Your goal in the market is to do and focus on doing the actions that are going to follow along with a process that is proven to work, which I show you guys every day here, and aim to do 0 of what is proven to not work. Chasing, doing all this stuff on earnings, maybe buying IPOs randomly. Like, yeah, there's a time and a place to have a little bit of fun within reason. Don't be full porting like crazy nonsense. But the core of what you do, especially from a short-term trading perspective, should be very well defined. So, and all of you guys in LTMP know that, like, it's not a very, very difficult process. But sometimes we'll have a few days in a row where I sit here and I'm like, you know, guys, things are looking good, but we do need to be careful of some things that are out there, because we always have to be thinking about capital preservation. Every single one of you could just go out and nail these multi-100 percenters, multi-thousand percenters that I outline. But the most important thing about what I do in the group for everybody is using my like broad analysis of the market in saying, like in outlining where the green light periods are, the yellow light periods, and the red light periods. Because it allows you to keep the gains that you have. Because it's all compounding. It's like if you can then deploy more capital at the better setups, then you're going to end up making more money over time than if you were to just start screwing around and taking things in environments that probably don't make a whole lot of sense to be like slinging things in. You know, hopefully that's making sense to you guys. John, there he is. Jonathan, welcome to the group, my man. I'm glad that we could get you in there. Again, for everybody else too that still needs to hop in, the link's pinned to the top of the live chat, but I'll throw it into the live chat for you guys, for those of you guys that are a little YouTube not experienced, I guess is a good word. There's that link. Use code July. It's literally $1 a day for your first month. Make sure you guys lock in the low rate before September because prices will be going up. Oh, on the PC, that was the other thing I told somebody. It was try it on the PC or like on a desktop. Yeah, I might reach out to WAP and be like, hey guys. They reach out to me sometimes, but like I just usually don't care. like, hey, do you want to do this workshop? And I'm like, no. SoFi not giving us one? No, that's fine. It's up 13% of the day. I could sit here and say, guys, this is why we don't buy gap ups, but like technically you're green for the gap and this does qualify for post earnings. The only time ever, guys, that I will ever look at gap ups like this is the post earning strategy. Every single other time you sell gap ups, you don't buy them. Adobe, let's go. Is it moving? It's getting close. It is getting close. Well, I mean, not really. I'd still like this to flatline for a few days, get through FOMC. If like Powell comes out tomorrow, this is another thing. If Powell comes out tomorrow, guys, and the market reacts positively to what he says and Adobe rips through this level, I still won't touch it. The market needs like at least 12 hours to just digest what Powell says. Because think about it like this. This is how I want everybody to everybody loves to be like, they look at one of these setups and think it's going to be like the last setup ever, the most important one, and they're trying to do too much with one trade. Guys, if you look at what we've done over the last week, there's always epic setups coming. If I miss one or we can't really take one because Powell's talking or something, it's like, fine. I don't care. I'm not in a rush. You entered it when it first broke? Oh, did you take like the 1 minute range, Daniel? Yeah, the 5 minute range is always better. We've like that, the 1 minute opening range, I don't think I mentioned it all in the video that we talk about the post earnings strategy on. And you are buying inflated premiums there, so it really has to go. That's why I always wait for the 5 minute. We are 24 likes away from 100, guys. That'll be halfway there to the 200 like goal. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're getting more people in these streams. I like it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying them and like really taking what I say here to heart, because like I know a lot of this is gonna go. I talk about a lot of different things, and it's gonna go in one ear and out the other. Like if I could just like have you guys write down a couple of rules. It's like, one, you don't buy gap ups, you sell them. If earnings are coming up, you don't touch it. No chasing. Like what else? If everybody's talking about something, you probably want to stay away. It's like, if you don't do those beginner mistakes, you're going to have way better performance. Don't try and do too much. Like no rushing. What yields are doing. Market's just bleeding out here. GLW swings. Is that a Dave or a Jag move? Oh my lord. Yeah, that chain was probably icky, but that's a move right there. I think we looked at this chart, didn't we? And I was like, oh great, but earnings are coming up, you know? Yeah, Jonathan, welcome to the group, buddy. Yeah, make sure. So I always send I direct you guys to the start here area of the group. Make sure you guys read through that. Go through the learning curriculum videos first. If you never traded options before, watch the options section of the day trading mastery course. It's just kind of like an overview of what options are, how they're priced, how they move, and then you can get into swing kings. It does not take very long. I think, 2 hours maybe it'll take you to go through that at most. And then just ask me questions. That's what I'm here for. How's the day? So the daily on ES yesterday looked horrible. This looks terrible on the daily chart here. Gap up, sells off of good news. SPY though looked a little better. Like that looked fine. But remember, this isn't showing you all of the after hours activity, which is almost why I like looking at ES better, because it's showing you what's happening overnight. How much I love Tesla options. I love Tesla options. The only problem with this is that even if it were to the only problem I have with this is there's a little bit too much noise around these current trading levels, so you're gonna see a lot of like volatility with it. Like, think about these moves in Tesla that we saw down in here. Like this initial one that I gave you guys, there's a lot of meat on the bone to the upside. This one here too, a lot of meat on the bone to the upside. Kind of this one, we did hit this one, played it up to this level right here. That was fun. So we had 3 Tesla trades, which again, that's kind of rare. Usually Tesla's gonna set up for a really, really epic big move for us about once or twice a year. Last year it was 8,000% for Wayne. All of you guys though, the rest of you guys that traded it with a little bit more in a little bit more risk averse way, I mean, that was still a big 1,000%er for everybody. But now look at it. It's like you've got these levels. You got a lot of chop in here. I would probably avoid Tesla for the time being, even though the weekly probably looks interesting. Like if I were to look at this, too much noise. Too much noise on the chart, you know? Yeah, let's see how Nio wants to react at this daily 10 EMA here. Let's see. Yeah, I like that Adobe chart, man. It's got a lot of room. This has a lot of room to move if it wants to get going. TJX, wasn't that from yesterday? Yeah, it looks good. It just tried yesterday and failed. So this one might be one that it just takes a couple of tries to get it right for a breakout, but yeah, I don't know. It's a great setup. If you want to know what a textbook setup looks like, look at TJX. Looks real good. So, 22 likes away from 100. Thank you guys. Costs you nothing to do it. All you got to do is hit the button. We got a lot of you guys in here that haven't done it yet. Makes it easier for you guys to find the streams again. Again, I do these every day at 10:30, except tomorrow we're not going to. The reason is because we're going to be streaming Powell later. So the entirety of tomorrow's morning stream would basically be me sitting here saying, looks good, wait for Powell, you know. With the Discord, though, I will be live with you guys in the morning just because we have some potential. We could easily have some potential post-earnings candidates, and we're going to be wanting to look for those. And those can always get a mind of their own, so I'm fine with taking those on a Powell day. But, dude, this market's just bleeding here. To the S&P 500. So I give you a good overview of something happening in the market. Yeah, it's the S&P 500 is kind of how most people are going to view and track the market anyway. But this is ES. This is S&P 500 futures. I just like how the charts, because you can see on the daily charts, you can see the after hours more. Some people like to use the Dow. I don't. I mean, the Dow's not going to have the heavy tech concentration that like drives the market anyway. So the S&P and the NASDAQ are going to be the two that you want to look for. The S&P is going to be the main one, though. And for most people too, even people in my personal life, I literally just tell them, like, because they'll ask me about the market sometimes. It's like, just like, you'd probably be better off. Because the market, guys, this is like, I view it as like an arena where like somebody wins, somebody loses. That's why I don't operate in biotech. Like, people are going to beat me. It's like, you don't want to be trying to like a lot of people would just have a lot more success if they just bought and hold the S&P, a little bit of NASDAQ, maybe some dividend stocks in there too, but probably not, because everybody that I'm talking to is young. You take 10, 15%, maybe more because everybody's young, maybe 20% of your overall kind of total investable capital, and buy individual names that you like in it, do a little bit of research, and then go from there. Simple. There's no need to overcomplicate it, you know? For me, though, it's like, well, think about it. Like when I look at the market, like I'm going to be able to, from all my years of experience, which again, I know I look young, I'm 26, but I've been doing this stuff since I was like 14 years old. Is that my yacht behind me? No, I wish. I do live right on the water though, which is nice. This apartment is sick. I love this apartment. The other one was cool. I know you guys probably liked the view better at the other one because it was like high up, but like this apartment's just better. It's way bigger. It's in a nicer building. Well, I mean, this one just has a pool and a better gym. So, to me, that's like, that makes it better. And I can like have everybody over and like, which is fun. But this place is pretty big. I think it's like 150 square feet bigger than my other one. Something like that. Because this is a 2-bedroom, not a 1-bedroom. The view though, it's so my bedroom will look directly out into like the channel, into the ocean. The sunset here is ridiculous. It is very ridiculous. It's not cheap though. Adobe looks great. Adobe looks really good. A lot of people are always asking me too, like, why don't you buy something? And I thought about it this time around, like buying like a condo in Boston. But like the problem is like HOA fees, maintenance, all that. Like if something goes wrong here, I just call somebody and they fix it. No property taxes, you know? Yeah, the other place had a rooftop fountain area, but like no pool. I was like, just make that a pool. And both the roof decks look directly at the other building next to it that had a pool. And I was like, this just, I just don't like this. And I was too lazy to move, but I'm kind of happy I waited because I found this place, and this place is sick. Yeah, SoFi, I don't think is going to do it for us today. That's fine, though. I mean, again, guys, staying in cash, not doing anything, waiting for FOMC, getting ready for the next setups that are going to form, preserving our capital, making sure that the gains that we made last week on DNUT and AEO and some of you guys Coles, those multi-thousand percenters, are going to be put to good use on really high-quality setups in good conditions. That's what we're looking for. Favorite place to fly into? Boston? Yeah, it is nice. It is pretty cool. I just love Boston, too. It's great. It's clean. There's no crime. It's awesome. Yeah, Adobe, I mean, what is this? 376 basically is the area here. So we'll see. But, I mean, if this breaks today, I mean, maybe I'd get interested in it, but I would not. I would, like quarter size it of like what I typically would. Size it for 0, try to sling it up to like 386.50 or like 92.50, something like that. And just let it go from there. Market's just still leaking. It's just bleeding out today. Lot of fear kind of coming into FOMC here. Pop off the 200 there. Well, the issue with SoFi now for just us looking for the post-earnings trade on it is you're really, what, 80 cents away-ish, 74 cents away from this being invalid. Now, yes, it does look like it has a long way to go, but this is just bleeding out. I would almost not look at SoFi anymore today. I don't know what 200 you're looking at because it's way the heck down here. I would probably not look at this one anymore today for the potential post-earnings move. If it was going to do it, it was going to do it here. Break up, consolidate, starts to push off the 10, the sellers whacked it. I don't think it's going to be able to get back up. And that's fine. We're just not going to have a post-earnings trade on SoFi. Patience is a skill you must master. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like annoyingly patient. Let's see. Baba. It looks like that's a decent looking setup. It's a little wonky with the gaps, but you have earnings coming up too quick. I would rather look for PDD. This is now not looking as good, but we'll see. bleeding bad. I mean, guys, the stock is still up 13% on earnings. Nobody should be complaining. No, I especially like, guys, I gave you this name at $13.60. You're $10 a share higher than when I outlined SoFi for you guys. Like, really? I know nobody's complaining, but at the same, and I think a lot of people that were buying recently are going to be a little disappointed. They're like, why isn't it at 30? It's like, that's just not how the market works. You know, if it validated over the top side of the 5-minute opening range quick today, like especially after that first 5-minute candle, remember we saw that and I was like, ooh, this one looks dirty. It would have kept going big time, but the sellers were too strong to knock it back down. Yeah, everybody, only up $10 a share on SoFi. Oops, got in at 6, no complaints. Attaboy, there you go. Yeah, I still own it at 655. No plans on selling it anytime soon. QBTS. Uh-oh, we're gonna look at quantum again. All right, here's the problem with the quantum companies. They might look decent on a weekly or a daily time frame, but they have earnings coming up. The big problem with these quantum companies is earnings. A lot of them have like no revenue. Like, be very careful. I think since it's in AI space and quantum, they probably are going to get bid up no matter what, and it's going to be fine in the short and medium term with the quantum names. But over the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to see the ones that are really able to execute, and we don't necessarily know which ones those are going to be yet because the overall kind of AI space is not really fully shifted into looking at quantum. There's still like semis and NVIDIA and like ChatGPT, stuff like that. RKLB. Let's see. I don't like this. This is way too extended and looks like it wants to drill. Do I have a personal price target on Nio before Christmas? Nicholas, I'm going to be very harsh with you here, and it's for a good reason. I don't care about price targets. Whether it's analysts, whether it's my own, from a mid to long-term investing perspective, I don't care. They're not relevant to me. It's all thesis driven. And we went over this earlier with Philip Morris. This right here is when the thesis gets broken. But you're able to ride the entire thing from 95. So the thesis on Philip Morris, again, everything that I do is going to look at macro, the overall big picture situation, the chart or the fundamentals to understand, okay, is this company in a good spot? Are they growing? Are they doing everything they need to do? And then you look for the entry on the chart. After that, it's all thesis driven. Are they continuing to do the things that they have outlined that they are going to do, or are they not? And how are the results? A lot of the thesis with Philip Morris there was Zyn. The shipments of Zyn were continuously ramping up. It was like 60% year-over-year growth. They continued to grow, or something ridiculous. And the market started to catch on after we bought it. Okay, then you have a stock that basically doubles in a short period of time, or a little over a year. You have a bunch of dividend payments, and then the thesis gets broken. Nio, what is the thesis on it? And I'm going to tell you why I do it this way, and this is going to come to a point here, and it has to do with like social media and stuff. Nio is, again, I treat this like an option. I own like 4,000 shares at 455. If they are able to execute, they get re-rated a lot higher, and maybe I make some money. If not, whatever, I'm not going to get married to it, and I will sell the position if they're not able to execute. The problem is that I could sit here and hype it up and say 10, and then you're going to get all excited, and then you're going to like buy. And it just doesn't do actually anything for anybody. It is not I would be providing no value to you if I just said, oh, I think it's going to 10. Because nobody knows. It's like it might, if it's able to execute, I could go to some pretty decent levels, but like the whole thing is based on the thesis anyway, right? So it's almost a waste of time to talk about it because it's like bringing up those like really bad emotional triggers that people have in the market of like, oh, I hope it goes here because this person on the internet said something, you know? Most people on the internet, especially in the market space, have literally no idea what they're talking about. Zero. None. Why do you think everybody in the group all the time is able to have so much success with me? It's like, it's very simple. We're a complete no-nonsense approach, and it works. And we just focus on that. 1739. The only time that like price and value will like dictate me selling is that if it gets too aggressive, like Palantir. I was like, dude, we own it at 50 and the thing's at like 70 something. I was like, this doesn't make any sense to hold anymore. Doesn't mean it still can't go up. And I didn't own enough of it too, and I was like, I kind of want to just take it and run. Roll that into some other things. Wolf. That's actually not a good 48. Earnings are too close. Guys, look for the big E. Remember, look for the big E. Before you guys are going for or looking at trades in the market, just look for when earnings are. We are 19 likes away from 100. If you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure you guys hit that like button. We have a 200 like goal on these streams now. I think we're going to be able to hit it over the next month or so. That would be very fun. We hit 150 on Friday, which was really cool. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. And then again, for those of you guys that still need to hop into the group with us, which again, this deal right now is ridiculous. 50% off your first month. It's $1 a day to come in here. Get on the private streams. Get the full watch list of stocks and cryptos that are about to explode before they do. The daily private live streams, the pre-market plans, the macro research reports, the single stock research reports. Again, the direct access to me to answer all your questions all the time. The value in there is ridiculous. Earnings on the app that you use. That's the other thing you should all be using, TradingView. Funny to hear my thoughts. Yeah, but it's like, so here's the thing, Nicholas. It's like, it's not about believing it or not. I don't have a thought either way, really, that Nio's going to be able to execute or not. They've said they're going to. They're taking the steps in the short term to put themselves in position to execute. And the chart where we were buying looked pretty good. That's it. It's very, 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 like, it's logical. It's like, I don't think it's going to do it or not, but like, it's black and white. It's either they do or they don't. If they don't, I'll sell it. If they do, all right, I'll keep holding it, and it'll be a thesis-driven investment moving forward. But Nio could literally go to 0 right now, too, and I would not care. It's size the pro, like, that's how I, like, tell it to you guys. It's like, I treat it like an option. Not a crazy position. If it goes up a bunch, all right, maybe I'll make a little money. Be able to roll that into some other things that I like and just keep rinse and repeating, you know? But it's not about what I believe or what you believe or what anybody really thinks. It's like, just look at the board in front of you and say, okay, they've said that they want to do X, Y, and Z. Okay, next step. Are they taking the steps in the short term to give themselves a chance to do that? I would say yes. Cost-cutting initiatives, Onvo and Firefly, playing the mass market game. That's good. Are they going to? Well, I don't know. We'll see. A lot of over-promising and under-delivering with that one over the last few years. So we'll see if they turn that around. Oh, sick. But I hope that makes sense. Like, I look at the market, I think, from a very different perspective than I think a lot of people do. And I would say that's the reason why I've been able to have like so much success. And I try to get that across all of you guys, and especially from a trading perspective, it's like, there's so many silly things that people try to do. And it's like, just please don't do that. Like, it's like, you guys just like, you go into LTMP, you watch the curriculum videos, and you're gonna be like, wait, it's that simple? And I'm like, yeah, watch this. And then you're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, like, they're just gonna keep happening over and over and over again, especially with the market that we're in right now. The margin for error is a lot wider. The outcome of any individual trade is meaningless because everyone has the potential to run multi-hundred and multi-thousands of %. I see people on the internet a lot, and they're like, oh, I'm struggling doing this. And I'm like, I don't know why more people just don't do this. I don't know why. Marrying Ason? No, you didn't, Daily Taylor. What did it do? Oh, that one came right back down, yeah. Again, that one had a weird chain, And I was looking at that one, and it was like, yeah, you could have gone break even at the 200, but like pre FOMC, like that was what I was saying this morning. I think I said it in the pre-market plan too. I was like, where is it? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, this is directly from the pre-market plan. I also want all of you to be incredibly cautious today if any of our bread and butter setups break to the upside. With FOMC tomorrow, you need to be sizing a lot smaller and staying in cash, waiting to see what the reaction out of the market will be. Said it there, said it on the streams, and then we looked at it today, and I was like, you know, what's the point? Just let today and tomorrow play out. If SoFi were to give us a post-earnings move, I would have nailed that one. But now we're just going to sit here and wait for what Powell has to say tomorrow, which will be very fun. Hopefully I see all you guys on the Powell stream tomorrow. I'll probably start it at like 1:30. And we'll kind of go from there. So that'll be very fun. Tomorrow's, I mean, I think it could be a dud. One day, Nio will fly up towards 25 like SoFi today. I mean, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, you know? I just think that, like, marrying a stock like that, that comes with a lot of risk. It's like, that's not, like, it is entirely possible, Brian, and everybody else that's, like, goo gaga over Nio, that, like, if they don't execute by, like, the second quarter of next year, I'm going to sell it. And then I'm going to start hating on it a lot because I'm going to be like, they didn't do what they said they were going to do, you know? I'm not in here to be like a hype man or like to be like, oh no, it's going to go up. Like, that doesn't help anybody, you know? I'm here to help you guys make money in the market. XRP, what's it doing? What did I say to you guys on Twitter? Yeah, this thing's going to drop pretty hard, I think. It's setting up to rip, patience. Oh, right now, the short-term chart of Nio doesn't look bad. It's just got to hold the 10 and form a nice little range. I used to hate FOMC weeks. Now I feel like they set us up for epic trades after the market pulls back. Yeah, they did. I love FOMC weeks. It's nice. It's like a week off almost. Because, like, well, it's nice, too, because post-earnings is so easy. It's like, oh, like once you guys see the post-earnings strategy and you see them play out a few times, you're like, wait, that's really not hard. I'm like, yeah, you could just do that all the time, and that's it. You just wait for earnings season and just trade those. Fibonacci, nice, man. Yeah, XRP doesn't look good. Where's Bitcoin looking right now? Because if Bitcoin's losing it, I think XRP is going at 265. Yeah, it doesn't look good. I mean, you do have the buyer stepping up in here, so like kind of the big break level on Bitcoin, you kind of got to say it's 114,763 because like anywhere in this range, the buyers could come back again. But at the same time, it's like short term's not looking too hot on crypto. And I tweeted that out for XRP. Did Adobe break? No, I don't think so. Oh, geez, it's close though. It's like $1.50 away. I mean, I'd maybe put a little, like if it breaks, I'd put a little size into it. Like I said earlier, like when the stock was trading right above yesterday's highs, I was like, you know, you could make an argument for here on an early entry at like I think it was trading at like 372.80 or 373 when we talked about this one. And I was like, you could do it, but like, it's kind of the same thing with like ASON this morning. It's like, I don't really, because if the market is going to react very well post FOMC, there's going to be so many other setups. So why would I risk going into a binary event? Like, you know, I just don't get it. Like, I'd rather just SoFi about to invalidate. Yeah, like I said before, I was like, I don't think after what we saw in SoFi this morning with well, I'll throw this on the 5-minute. It looks easier. This move here, right as it started to push up, if SoFi was gonna do it, it would have been at like by 10:30 on this move to the upside. But the seller stepped in and whacked this one down. So I don't think we're getting a post earnings move on SoFi. That's fine though. We'll just wait for the next one. No entry, nothing gained, nothing lost. Adobe does look like it wants to get up there, though. So it's possible that I do end up taking a little something on this. What do I think about SoFi? Like I said before pre-earnings, and like I'll say now, this is not the time to buy it. The last time to buy it was when I outlined the weekly breakout for you guys at 1360, and now SoFi is trading $10 higher. So if I like it at 1360 and then you ask me, should I buy it $10 higher? I'm almost every single time just going to be like, no, you know, because with what we do, and especially like if you, like I said it, like to you guys, like every day in the streams and in every video, I was like, if you like SoFi and we have this big weekly breakout here and it looks like it's going to go, so this is now kind of the time that you want to be going for it if it's a spot that you want to add or initiate a SoFi position, and now you're up almost 100%. $10 higher. You buy 1,000 shares, spent like $13,600, you make 10 grand. There you go. You know? But now it's just, for me, I own it at 655. So I'm not touching anything with it. I just let it go. But all right, guys. It is 11:45. Great stream today. You guys were awesome. We're 13 likes away from 100. Again, remember, we have a 200 like goal on these streams now. After what you guys did on Friday, getting up to 150 likes. Again, for those of you guys that still need to hop into the group with us, I don't know how many more times you guys need to see me call the most epic trades in the market for you guys to be like, huh, this is probably what I should be doing. So here's the link. Use code July. You get 50% off your first month. It's $1 a day to hop in, to join us in there. And if you join by the end of September, you're going to lock in the lower rate for when prices increase at the end of September, or at the end of August, which is beginning of September. So guys, I'm going to do my best to get a YouTube video out for you guys today. I've got a meeting that I got to go to in an hour, I think. But yeah, so have a great day. Tomorrow is going to be a wild day. We won't be doing this morning stream tomorrow. This public one, we're going to do it at 1:30 to get ready for FOMC, and I'll stream FOMC with you guys, because if we just did this tomorrow, I'd just be sitting here like, oh, looks like, we'd look at charts and I'd be like, looks good, wait for Powell, you know? So it'd be a waste of our time. But yeah, so tomorrow at 1:30, we're going to be hopping on here. We're going to have some fun. So see you guys then. Make sure you guys have notifications turned on for the channel, all that nonsense. Welcome to the group. For those of you guys that are hopping in, you guys are making the right choice, as with every other member that's in there can attest to. Less trades, more profits is the way to go. So team, I'll see you guys later. Peace.